So the word is on the street is that Bitcoin closed its highest weekly candle of all time, guys. Now we are taking a look at some crazy exponential moves which are starting to happen in the market as a whole, guys, as a whole. So what are we supposed to do in the market as of now? Before we jump onto the analysis itself, let's talk about the long exposure that I have on Bitcoin itself, guys. Now you can see right here we're running in at 1.93 BTC PNL as of now, and all of these futures long position are doing completely fine, with most of the crypto market option exposure also doing fine as well, guys. So the last 30 days were crazy for option market. We saw 100% volumes, 100% increment in volumes overall, guys, which is why I do feel that a lot of smart money is trying to jump into all the option exposure as of now. Look, guys, the thing is that Ethereum will most likely go beyond $4,000 and will never look back. Will that happen? Will that not happen? Nobody knows that. But as far as Bitcoin goes, if Bitcoin really shoots above this price point right here, which it really is trying to do, guys, Bitcoin just printed a new all-time high. I do believe. Yep, it did that. It kind of did that. Now this is on the testnet itself, but yes, it kind of did that, guys. Which is why we can expect some crazy altcoin moves coming down the line as well. But whenever Bitcoin starts trending to the upside, remember, guys, altcoins are going to simply pave the way for Bitcoin to simply rip to the upside. And once Bitcoin is kind of done with those exponential moves to the upside, that is when Bitcoin will go into that range bound situation, and that is when Bitcoin will pave the ways for altcoins, right? So yep, this is what you have to do as of now. This is not essentially a financial advice. What I am doing in the market is that I'm simply exposing myself into Bitcoin as a whole, guys, and spot exposure mostly, right? In spot exposure mostly. And for most of the altcoin trades, I'm going to be scalping altcoins. I'm not going to be looking at swing position or crazy amount of crazy position in the market right now. As of now, I would simply let Bitcoin roll to the upside, and then maybe as time progresses and as Bitcoin dominance progresses, we'll see what comes next. So with that said, guys, take a look at this one. Bitcoin did close this weekly candle above the upper Bollinger Band itself. Now most of the exponential trends do happen alongside the upper Bollinger Band every single time. Anywhere you go, anywhere you see any weekly candle closing above the upper Bollinger Band, it has called for a continuation leg to the upside, guys. All right, so this one did not peak above the previous all-time high, so we kind of got rejected from $65,000 flat. So until Bitcoin is wicking above $65,000, we are extremely bearish in the market. We should not buy Bitcoin below its 65,000. Look, guys, maybe you could start positioning yourself, and maybe you could start managing your risk according to this higher low that was recently set in. Right now it's as obvious as it can get, guys. 30,000, 40,000, maybe 50,000 could be your next higher low as well. Now that is kind of relating to all of this structure as well, because we do have some crazy amount of price action activities happening on the $50,000 levels, guys. Now what this kind of price action is telling us that the TSI is simply up, the upper Bollinger Band is kind of holding the price action itself, and we did close the weekly candle above this price point. So what we can expect is, yes, Bitcoin can be volatile and Bitcoin can come all the way towards these levels as well, but the general market direction and the general trend is going to be to the upside, guys. Essentially any downside move that you see on Bitcoin is most likely going to be a shakeout. It is most likely going to be a shakeout, because this is what happens, guys. This is what happens if you just talk about the history of Bitcoin. This is what was happening on $12,000 again and again. You were trying to go there, you were trying to, I don't know, maybe establish a good looking support above this price zone right here, but nope, bam, fucked off back below to the middle Bollinger Band once again and set in another higher low before we keep on trending to the upside. So Bitcoin likes to do that again and again, guys. We can talk about this kind of situation happening onto these levels as well. The only reason why I vividly remember all of these price actions is because I used to get wrecked trading all of these zones, guys. I used to long the fuck out of Bitcoin as soon as new all-time high weekly candles started opening in the market, and I used to long the fuck out of Bitcoin, and well, the rest is history, guys. The rest is history. So what I was doing is that I was constantly trying to push myself and welcome myself in the market and overextending my leverage as well in the market, which is why, guys, at the end of the bull run, I found out to be not profitable by the amount of things which I was expecting for myself. I was not really that profitable in the market as a whole, guys. So essentially, what do you have to do? You have to stick to a system and essentially do not try to buy the new highs. Just don't try to buy the new highs, guys. Just go to Twitter and you can see for yourself, everybody and their mothers are dancing with a fucking glass, with a whiskey glass up their heads, and I don't know, shouting and screaming out Bitcoin closing a new weekly candle above the previous all-time high. Look, guys, this can have an extension to the upside, but I would just, this is just an advice, not a financial advice certainly, but let the price action consolidate for this week itself. And even if you want to long Bitcoin, I would say that, guys, do not jump beyond 2x leverage, right? Just don't do that. Just cut yourself a slack. Don't repeat the mistakes that I did. Do not go beyond 2x leverage on Bitcoin, guys, because even the God market right here can be volatile by 16 to 20% in the market, but still be bullish in the price action structure. So this is just a kind of like a replication of whatever was happening right here on these levels. And well, to be honest with you, this one looks to me like it's more of an expanded view of this little price action which happened back in the good old days right here. Now, essentially, guys, what we can expect down the line is that our Fibonacci extension targets could come into fruition. Now, essentially, this weekly candle closure is, yes, guys, yes, of course, it's a good news. It's like damn bullish. It's crazy bullish, and you can see the exuberance going around the Twitter space as a whole. But guys, look, what we can expect is that we can expect some consolidation happening from these levels all the way, extending all the way towards 1.272 at $69,000, guys. 69,000, 42,000, 420, 42, or $690 or $69 level as well, guys. Literally every single crypto assets will face support resistance on 420 or $69 levels, guys. Holy fucking shit, this is our market. This is what happens again and again, which is why $69,000 Bitcoin could be kind of like a consolidation zone. But you would say this is kind of like a vague analysis in the market. Let me just show you guys something. Let me just try to show some hocus pocus, some legitimate TA hocus pocus to you guys right here. If we jump on the daily time frame and we talk about the Fibonacci projections of the moving average itself, you can see, guys, that the red moving average is beyond the previous all-time high itself, literally from the zone where we got rejected, guys. Now, essentially what I've noticed on Bitcoin is that this Fibonacci extension moving average, yellow moving average, which has been an extension of the orange moving average, essentially the 350 moving average itself, these things can get confusing if you get into the depth. But if I were to summarize this one right here, if Bitcoin starts rolling above the yellow line, this simply rolls all the way towards the red line, guys. You can see this one happening again and again, right? You saw it right here. Bitcoin rolled all the way towards the red line. This one happened right here as well. We rolled all the way towards the red line. And well, it has happened again and again, guys. You roll above this price point, you go towards the red line. And again right here. And again right here. Guys, this is another cheat code for you guys for free. So hit that like, bell, subscribe, and whatever. You can share this video with all of your crypto friends who are getting wrecked in the market every single day. Because if they join this community right here, right now, maybe they will also save themselves a huge amount of slack. So if you see any person in your life who's completely delusional as fuck about crypto assets as a whole, just recommend this channel to that person, guys. Maybe, guys, it's maybe the right time to situate yourself and your mindset at the right place before we really jump into $300,000 Bitcoin evaluation in the market, right? So which is why hit that like, bell, subscribe, all those good things. Do that, guys. Do that. We have to hit 1,000 subscribers before this freaking year ends, man. Holy shit, it's been a long year, man. Whoa, but it has been a crazy eventful year, that's for sure. Yep, that's for sure. So let's talk about the daily time frame and the risk management of Bitcoin at these levels right here. So guys, I was completely bearish below 58,000, and my bearish bias is now evaporated as a whole. Yes. So Yuri is not a bear anymore in the market. Yuri is going to buy with the bulls, guys. This is what happens in a supply shock. You don't have Bitcoin in the market, and most of the fucking bears, they turn into bulls. And bulls are bulls in the market. So yes, you got buying here and there, and even the fucking OTC desks. So it's just buying going everywhere in Bitcoin, guys. So let Bitcoin do its thing. Because if Bitcoin starts doing its thing, most of the altcoins will simply fuck off back into BTC, right? Altcoins paving a way for Bitcoin, guys. This is what I mean by that. So let Bitcoin do its own thing. What I'm personally expecting is that maybe we could spend some time around these levels, but most likely Bitcoin will not close below $57,000 on a daily basis, guys. This is something as of, I'm kind of convicted about that fact as of now, right? And I'm basing most of the trades in the market according to $57,000 as my risk management metric as a whole, which is going to be a 8% down move. Going to be fine with that. So if you're quite used to trading, I don't know, guys, some illiquid shitcoins in the market, 8% down move on Bitcoin is most likely nothing, right? It's like a sneeze. It's like a simple sneeze in the market. And well, the yellow line is right here as well to back our bias as a whole. I guess, guys, a cheat code playing out fine in the market as of now. And the upside target is at the red line, of course. Not to mention, this is the level where I'm looking forward for Bitcoin to test these levels right here at $82,000 at first, and maybe then we could expect some kind of consolidation, guys, because the last time when Bitcoin started rolling above these levels, and this one literally happened during October or something like that, guys. So when Bitcoin started rolling all the way towards the red line, we saw some consolidation with the 21 exponential on the daily and this green moving average. Essentially, Bitcoin was kind of like in a range bound behavior for about 2 to 3 weeks, right? And this extended for about, and I guess 16 to 17% swings happening in the market on Bitcoin itself. So this is what I am kind of expecting. Well, am I a fractal squirrel? Am I comparing the price action from these levels right here? Yes, I'm trying to do that. Yes, I'm a fractal squirrel as of now. But these kind of events, they don't happen again and again, guys. They don't come into fruition again and again, right? As we can see that most of the interactions with this moving average, with this yellow moving average, has been a rejection of the first and the foremost pass. And whenever you do break through this one right here, you do retest the... Alright, you don't retest, you do test the red moving average up top right here. And if you can extend your price action rallies, you go all the way towards the purple moving average, guys. Now, this is the level which we are not going to talk about, because this is going to be the ultimate target. For me, at least, this is where I start scaling out of Bitcoin, guys. And things can certainly get crazy all the way towards $300,000 Bitcoin. And one more target, guys. I think that is $238,000 Bitcoin. That is literally the distance from the earth to the moon. And this is something which a lot of people have been basing their theory and thesis off of. And most likely, if we are looking at fucking $420 and $69,000 and $60 levels, $69 levels working as support resistance, maybe the fucking distance to the moon could be the ultimate target for Bitcoin as a whole. I don't know, guys. Anything can fucking happen right here in the market. What do you have to do? Is that you have to realize those gains as we keep on going to the upside. It's as simple as that, guys. Don't get delusional. Don't get delusional within the realm of those unrealized gains, guys. Unrealized gains, do not calculate your net worth or do not calculate anything according to the unrealized gains that you have in any of the positions in the market, guys. Just this is kind of like a delusional behavior that I used to have back in the good old days right here. And I was constantly, I was like, oh my god, I got unrealized profit. I got 1 BTC unrealized profit. So I'm a fucking millionaire down the line. Oh my god, I'm gonna make it. Well, I did not make it. I did not make it, guys. These things can happen. So volatility and all of these things and sentiment as a whole, a lot of things happen in the market as a whole. And these things, they do formulate that one single bias in the market, which, I don't know, guys, which enables most of the sellers to buy. And most of the buyers are buying anyway. And most of the OTC desks are also buying Bitcoin anyways, right? So who the fuck is selling? It's the miners. The miners who are generating, I guess, 2 to 3 BTC in the market. I guess, guys, if you talk about an average mining pool, I'm not talking about those great gigantic mining pools that are kind of like making 1000 BTC a day or something like that, but your average regular medium-sized mining farms are kind of generating 5 to 10 BTC a day. So essentially, if they have to have their farm up and running, most of the costs to bear that business is something that comes from selling Bitcoin as a whole. So guys, as of now, this supply demand shock can push Bitcoin to crazy amount of evaluations, because essentially we don't have much sellers in the market as of now. And if we talk about institutions right here, guys, fucking institutions are trying to jump into each other's head and balls and I don't know whatnot to buy Bitcoin in the market, right? So it's maybe it's a free floating leg to the upside all the way towards $300. Maybe, guys, maybe that could happen. But in the small time frames, this is the level which is making me convicted as of now. If we start rolling below $57,000 on a daily basis, I'm going to be targeting 52,000 straight up, guys, because this is the area where most of the activity has been happening, right? And even if we put on the VPVR right here, I do believe that, yep, this is going to give us a lot, guys. So VPVR is telling us that these ranges have been all right. I do believe there is less amount of volume right here on the $52,000 levels, which is why we can extend this all the way towards the starting side of the volume nodes. We can essentially extend the downside targets all the way towards 50,000 as well. So essentially, losing $57,000 on a daily basis would mean that Bitcoin would most likely come and retest the higher side, no, not the higher side, the lower side of $50,000 at first, and then we might attempt to bounce, and then we might attempt kind of like a cup and handle in the price action as a whole, and then we can push to the upside, guys. Essentially what I'm what I'm talking about right here is to expect something like this in the market, right? Some kind of consolidation that can take some amount of time, where Yuri could get liquidated in this chop right in the market. So this is something which we can simply expect, guys. So as you can as all right, let me just jump back into the Deribit long exposure in the market. So most of the risk management that I have for all of these positions is below this price point right here. If I jump into the, let's just say, guys, right here, so this is where I started longing Bitcoin, right? $52,000 on December contracts, which was equal to kind of like $48,000 on Bitcoin as a whole, right? So it's kind of like just slightly below $50,000 levels, and I would be interested in managing my risk below this low right here, guys. This one right, all right, let me just jump into the price action and talk about this entire zone of chop. This one is Bitstamp, but we don't have this amount of liquidity, I do believe, on Binance and other exchanges, right? But this one wigged below all of these key levels, went down all the way to 50,000, and then finally went to the upside. But essentially, this is going to be the risk management point. This is going to be the risk management metric for most of the long exposure I have in the market as a whole. And if we are going to be losing this one, we will most likely have to wait patiently for Bitcoin to resolve once again in the market, right? Alright, guys, with that said, let's finally jump into the next asset. This is called MATIC. Fucking Polygon for you guys right here. A good crypto project coming from my motherland, India right here. So MATIC Polygon right here, guys. This one is kind of resolving a huge squeeze, guys. Huge squeeze being resolved right now. If you remember the videos that I posted, that I used to post back in, I guess it was June, guys. It was May or June, right, when we just started this downtrend on MATIC itself. And for the downtrend, I was kind of targeting these price points, which never really came, guys, which never really came into fruition. So this was another failed trade that I had, right? A simple clear-cut failed swing trade that I had in the market as a whole. But did I get liquidated out of the market? Guys, 1x leverage, right? 1x leverage. If you are going to be betting in these crypto markets, which are volatile by 70% in, I don't know, guys, in a fucking week or something like that, maybe sticking to 1x leverage is something which will be your friend forever. I don't think if you jump into any trade beyond 2x or 3x, it's going to work out as a, I don't think it's going to work out as a whole, guys. Just so maybe in this bull run, try to stay away from all the perpetual contracts in terms of leverage trading, guys. If you know what you're doing in the market, if you understand margin management, if you understand risk management, and if you accept the risk before you jump onto the trade itself, that is when you go for those perpetual long contract trade, guys. Look, most of the risk has to be calculated before jumping into the position, right? So that you don't chicken out. You don't chicken out right in between that trade. And guess what, guys? Most of the times you will exit that trade and then the car would start moving to the upside. So which is why accept the risk before jumping into any trade for that matter. And guys, for MATIC right here, we're kind of breaking out, and was this a retest on the 3 time frame itself? This could have been that. This could have been that right here. So I would be really interested in taking this trade, guys, and I would be completely happy in getting stopped out of the market if this wick gets taken out to the downside. So essentially, risk management or stop loss, or your stop loss, is going to be below the $1.4 levels on these levels right here, and you could be targeting, guys, I think 1272 or 1618 down the line, right? This could be $3.7 per MATIC, to be honest with you. So that is I do believe, yep, it's 100% leeway to the upside. Good looking trade, guys. Good looking trade right here for that matter. And essentially, I would be interested in taking this one. So how much risk tolerance do we have right here for this trade? 10%. 10% risk tolerance, and we're going to be targeting, let's just say we're going to be targeting the 1272 at first, and the next setup would call for a retest. All right, not a retest, but maybe a test of 1618 in a blue sky breakout environment that could potentially take MATIC all the way towards $3.7 levels, guys. And essentially, if the train keeps on rolling, essentially if you see Bitcoin kind of consolidating on $100,000 levels, now we are talking way the fuck inside the future, guys. Look, these things can happen. Bitcoin can kind of fail 60,000 as well, and Bitcoin can put in a double top in the market right here onto these levels, and Bitcoin can simply go to shit from these levels, guys. Be open to everything. I'm kind of open to that as well, right? So there's a side of me, there's a huge PTSD bear inside of me, which is telling me that the things can go down south as well, right? Which is why, guys, expose your money into the market. Well, You have to judge your sleep. If you're able to sleep at night, and if the first thing that you're doing right after waking up is checking your goddamn portfolio and looking if your fucking positions are in profit or not, I think that's another wrecked behavior, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm simply not gonna lie, because getting too much involved, getting too much invested into a trade emotionally is a wrecked behavior as a whole, guys. We are right here in the markets as technical traders, right? We kind of have to control our emotions and everything that revolves around P&L in the market, guys. We have to control that, and we have to understand that this y-axis right here is something that we don't have to give a lot of focus into. What we have to do is we have to potentially capture these moves to the upside or the downside and eventually scale into other things in the market, guys. Now these things and these small little procedures are something that worked for me, and that could work for you as well. Remember, guys, I have talked about this thing again and again in this channel, that an edge in the market could be anything, right? Maybe your edge in the market could be shorting altcoins, most of the altcoins against BTC, or maybe your edge in the market could simply wait for Bitcoin's dominance to top out and then simply jump into altcoins. Maybe your edge in the market could be simply just going short on the perpetual contracts and staying long on the spot exposure and just capturing that funding as a whole, right? That could also be an edge in the market, guys. Essentially, whatever makes you profitable in the market as a system is an edge in the market. It could be anything, guys. You have to be creative. This business right here, trading, is supposed to be, first of all, this one is supposed to be treated like a business, guys. If you are simply haywired, and if you're randomly fucking picking any shitcoin from this list right here, or any list for that matter, and if you're jumping into any, I don't know, any altcoin without any risk assessment, without any evaluation, then I got bad news for you. You are not treating this game like a business. You're not doing that. If you don't treat this entire thing like a business, most likely you will not come out profitable in the market as a whole, and most likely you will stay within the realm of those delusions, guys, the delusions that come from all the unrealized gains in the market, right? Well, a lot of things to talk about, guys, a lot of things to talk about. And certainly yesterday I posted a video, and I'm posting a video within one single 24-hour cycle. So is it on? Am I going to post every single day? I'm going to try my best. I'm simply going to try my best, guys. But yep, most likely I'm going to be posting every single day. Well, can't promise, but yep, I'm going to try that. So for MATIC right here, things are looking fine as of now. This could be potentially, look, guys, this can be a real breakout, right? This can be a real breakout. So let's talk about some bearish stuff on MATIC itself. How do we talk about bearish stuff on MATIC when Bitcoin is bullish in the market? We simply talk about MATIC against fucking Bitcoin, guys. This is what we do to just change some perspectives. And it looks to me like the perspective doesn't want to change. It looks to me like MATIC against BTC is also holding fine on these levels. And most of the price action which is being supported above the 2000 Satoshi levels is essentially a good thing for MATIC as a whole, guys. So yep. Alright, the BTC pair is kind of, to my surprise, this is looking fine as of now. Essentially, most of the BTC pairs are in, I don't know, guys, they're in a bad looking downtrend. But MATIC against BTC is not essentially that much volatile as compared to most of the BTC pairs, so which is why this one is looking fine as of now. I would be putting a lot of focus into 2000 Satoshi zones as a big, gigantic fat ass support for MATIC itself. And if we lose this one to the downside, essentially, guys, look, MATIC against US dollar can still simply rip to the upside, because Bitcoin will generally be bullish in the market. But if Bitcoin gets bearish in the market and goes below $50,000, and MATIC against BTC also crashes below, I think MATIC will retest $1 levels once again, guys. Look, extremities, right? Fucking extremities. If extreme things can happen to the upside, extreme things can happen to the downside as well, which is why, guys, evaluate risks before you jump into any trade, for that matter, right? Okay, all right, so just to conclude MATIC right here for you guys, let's see what our risk management for this one. All right, it's as simple as it can get, guys. As simple as it can get. I'm kind of losing my words right here. We are 23, holy shit, we are 23 minutes deep into the video. I had planned, guys. I had some crazy amount of plans for the day itself, and some people are staring at me for not following up with the plans. So my friends are not sitting in the background. They're sitting right next to me on the right hand side right here. You guys can't see them, but most likely in the next videos probably you'll see them, right? Probably you'll see them. Okay, all right. So for that matter right here, MATIC has the upside target all the way about a round figure, guys, $3 MATIC is what potentially could happen. I'm going to be lying towards the bullish end right here for MATIC itself because of the general market landscape, guys, because of the macro situation across everything which is happening right now in terms of supply demand mechanics as well for Bitcoin itself, which is why most of the market will keep on having that bullish bias as a whole, which is why we can go for long exposure in the market with good amount of risk to reward, right? This one right here is 9.15 RNR. This one right here is 13.4 RNR. So simple invalidation and good amount of rewards right here. And this is not a financial advice. All right. BNB right here, guys. BNB is also kind of breaking out of a squeeze, and this one is doing exactly what MATIC is trying to do in the market, right? So 4 consecutive days you tried to go below $450, guys. I had my eyes on this one right here. This candle was your initial indication that maybe we could be retracing down all the way towards this level. But what happened yesterday was kind of like a surprise for BNB itself, which is why, guys, this one is kind of acting like MATIC. I would say that maybe BNB and MATIC will simply roll head on head with one another, guys. Most likely this will happen, right? So this is what is going to happen, and most likely crazy things are going to happen for crypto market, man. Shit. Holy shit, crazy things are about to happen. Okay, alright, with that said, I think that most of the risk management for the weekly schedule as well is going to be below $450 flat on BNB itself. So you don't want to see any daily candle closing below $450. And if we are quite literally holding $450 as a whole, we are going to be simply trending all the way towards 1272, guys, similar to MATIC, right? But I do believe that we have more resistance as compared to MATIC, guys, because of the order books behavior, because of whatever the market. Look, there is some quant analysis that you have to go through, guys. Order books and analyzing order books. Look, if you analyze the order books in 1 minute time frame, or I don't know, guys, maybe an hourly time frame itself, it's not going to work out as a whole. But if you combine the order books of most of the spot exchanges with good volumes, and then you conclude with some fact, that would have way more accuracy, guys. That is going to have way more accuracy, right? So for that matter, go ahead and check out a website called coinmarketflow.com. coinmarketflow.com, right? So that website is going to help you a lot. Once again, guys, that is all right. I'm going to make a video which is going to be consisting of all the websites that I personally use for my own data analysis, guys. Look, what happens is that it's all out there. Every single piece of information that you need to have in, if you want to be profitable in the market, it is simply out there. Literally, most of the information is out there. What you do with that information is the key thing, guys. How you execute in the market with that information is something which will separate you, let's just say, from the 90% of the market participants, which are simply scrolling through shitcoins and simply jumping into any position without any technical consideration. Guys, I do believe that financial literacy as a whole is something which will take a lot of time to pick up. Let alone we are trying to trade fucking perpetual contracts on fucking crypto assets right here. Guys, so which is why we are privileged. To be honest with you, we are privileged right here. We are allowed to trade everything. We are allowed to trade perpetual contracts, future contracts, option markets, and I don't know, guys, derivatives, synthetic assets. Holy shit, we are allowed to do DeFi, yield farming. Guys, we should be kind of, we should be really grateful about these things. And well, we should stay away from direct behaviors, I guess, because I don't think a lot of people will get such opportunities. And I feel that even if people try to understand these kind of opportunities as a whole, it's going to be very late, right? It's going to be most likely it will happen most likely when Bitcoin goes beyond 300,000 or something like that. That is when most of the people will finally have that little bit of financial literacy or something like that. But if we are able to use DeFi protocols, and if you're able to mine, if you're able to simply go ahead and if you're able to yield all these things from all the liquidity that we provide, or even if we are taking those derivative long and short positions in the market, we are privileged enough, guys. So just make use of it, right? Don't go for these direct behaviors. Just don't go for mismanaged behavior in the market as a whole. Just feel privileged as a whole, right? Okay, all right. So another R&R that I simply have to set up for BNB right here. Piece of fucking cake, right? Piece of fucking cake. No, guys, nope. We have to accept that if we are jumping into this trade right here, even if it is 16.0 R&R, we have to be vigilant about the fact that one daily candle closure below $450 should ring some red bells. Should ring some red bells at first. So is it going to be a death sentence right off the bat? Most likely not, guys. Most likely not. But it should start ringing some red bells if we start closing daily candles below $450 on BNB as a whole, right? Okay, with that said, do we have any other asset to talk about? We don't have an asset, but we do have some crazy amount of information right here, guys. Right here. This is the chart to rule it all. Essentially, this is the chart that you need to understand inside out if you are willing to rotate into altcoins and BTC, guys. Look, these things are all fun and games, and it would seem to you that it's very easy, right? It would just seem to you that it's very easy, but when it comes to execution, nope. 5% or 10%, not, look guys, these times are kind of exuberant, but yep, not more than 10% people are successfully flipping BTC into altcoins and coming profitable out in the market, guys, which is why the concentration keeps on shrinking towards the large BTC bag holders, guys. This is just kind of like playing out as a whole, right? Only 83 Bitcoin wallets hold more than 10,000 BTC. Only 83 wallets, guys. Just okay. All right. So what is happening right here is that you have to buy Ethereum right here, you have to sell Ethereum right here against Bitcoin, not against the US dollar, against Bitcoin, against BTC, guys. This one is Bitcoin dominance. So whenever you go on these levels right here, this is when you have to scale out of Bitcoin into altcoins, and you have to trade according to the BTC pairs, not according to USD pairs, guys, because USD pairs can generally generate random results if you go ahead and if you trade the USD pairs on altcoins. Judging by this chart right here, it could or it could not work out. But guys, look, if you have to trade this with utmost clarity, this information right here is just to flip altcoins against BTC and once again back into altcoins, right? So what are you supposed to do right here? Had you simply flipped your altcoins back into Bitcoin, you would have made significant returns on just Bitcoin itself, right? Where most of the altcoins simply got liquidated back into BTC. So essentially, when you kind of started, I don't know, guys, you kind of started distributing off of these levels in terms of the dominance itself. That is when you had to scale back again into altcoins, right? This is where you would have multifold your BTC once again. Yep, that is it. So what are you supposed to do right here? If we look, guys, we don't have much data points right here, but if the history has to repeat, this one is bouncing from 40 reads. The dominance is bouncing from 40 reads, and if we go beyond 50 reads once again, expect some fireworks on Bitcoin and Bitcoin alone, guys. This is what most likely will happen. 32 minutes long video, guys. I'm going to be winding up this video real quick right here, and hit that like bell, subscribe if you've not done that already. And if you're still watching this video, once again, hats off to you. I'm going to catch all of you in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.